and welcome back to the Ultimate Decades Challenge Berry Style. Today we're in the year 1323, and last episode we left off with Clementine and Alaric at the Fairfield household, and Clementine saw a portrait in the household of a witch being burned at the stake. And that was really suspicious to her, considering she just found out that there were witch hunters in town that might have something to do with the disappearance of her family, and she's currently trying to find information about her family, so we are going to be following up on that today. But we also have a few other exciting things happening this year. Exciting / terrifying, I would say. So today is a day that our heir Alaric actually ages up into a young adult, so this is kind of a brutal role, and I'm really hoping that he makes it through okay. I'm a little bit scared. And then also later this year we have little Grace aging up into a teenager as well, which is more exciting than scary. I'm mostly scared for Alaric personally. So he has done a couple of his farm chores, and we're going to start off this year strong with our dice roll, our death rolls, and just pray for him, because this could go very badly. If Alaric dies, I'm going to be devastated. So we're rolling for a young adult, and we're going to roll a d20. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. So it looks like Alaric doesn't make it to a young adult. Every time this happens, I know this is part of the challenge, but every time this happens, it just breaks my heart a little bit. So, oh my god, no. Oh my god, what a horrible way to start the year. I already hate this episode. I already hate it. Oh my god. Oh, Clementine, don't look. I was really hoping that he would survive. I had plans for him. Why does everyone die? Clementine is just devastated, and then we have all the children coming over to cry as well. Little Caspian and Grace, and Geraldine's just over there in the background, like, whatever, but oh guys, I'm so sorry. Oh no. It's time again for Alaric's well visit. Visit the general practitioner for a checkup. I think it's too late for that, honestly. I think it's way too late for that. Okay, I'm gonna take them all over to the graveyard to give Alaric a little funeral. Oh my god, the kids. Clementine's trying to look after them. Okay, guys, we really need to get to the funeral. This really isn't the time or place for your shenanigans. Okay, well, at least they're keeping it positive. So everyone's just arrived at the graveyard, and I'm gonna send them all to go down and mourn Alaric. This is our family crypt, and I'm gonna make a portrait of Alaric, because I always make a portrait of the heirs after they die. I'm just gonna bring them all down. Hopefully the toddlers are okay with the stairs, but I just think it'll be really cathartic for them to be able to actually come in and mourn Alaric and just recognize that he was an important figure in their life. Why does this always happen? This is what happened with Ulysses as well. I just can't. It's so upsetting. Everyone's just gathered here to mourn Alaric's death, and I think it's really cathartic for them to get to process his death this way. Oh my god, and Lucian's here just sobbing as well. This is all of his family. Both of his brothers, his father, and his nephew are here. Well, two of his nephews actually. Tiberius is also here. So this must be especially hard for him, just always having to come back here and see what's happening to his family. And Grace, you're defacing the crypt. Grace, that is sacrilegious to deface the crypt like that. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna make her clean up after herself. That is so rude. I can't believe she'd do that. Okay, well, I'm gonna send everyone home now that they've had a chance to mourn. Clementine is a widow from losing her true love. Honestly, I feel like you guys weren't going that well at the end anyway, so you should probably be a little bit relieved that you don't have to deal with the constant fighting, but I guess that doesn't really help right now. And we just built this little woodworking area for Alaric. I might sell it because I think we're gonna need the money, and I don't think anyone's gonna use it for a while. So we get 600 simoleons just from that, and I'm gonna sell these decor items as well. So this is the candle making station we currently have, but I'm actually just gonna replace it with this one because I feel like it's a little bit more aesthetic for Clementine to make candles with. And I want to get up to 5,000. We're going to have to marry off Grace, so that's going to be another whole dowry situation. And it's raining outside, which kind of, you know, represents what we're feeling at the moment after Alaric's death. Just like sad and cold and miserable. And I'm just giving Clementine the chance to distract herself and also, you know, make some more money for the family, because again, we've got Grace's dowry coming up. And look, one of these days I'm going to give the farm a makeover. I swear it's going to happen just as soon as we stop getting all of these large expenses. And I actually found some apples that we already own, so I'm just going to let Geraldine go out into the rain and plant them, and also these chrysanthemums, because she's so good at it. She doesn't mind being tense or uncomfortable, do you? And I did actually get the xylophone app from Ravishing, so now the xylophone is actually working. And it's so cute. Just see me hitting the little xylophone keys. Oh, Bluebell, what's wrong? I'm gonna get Clementine to fill up Bluebell's food just in case that's the reason Bluebell's upset. And also I'm gonna get her to cook a fruit salad. So the reason I'm doing a fruit salad as opposed to something from the Year Cookbook mod is because I want to fulfill her aspiration, which is to cook 3 meals on a dirty or filthy floor. And for some reason, the Year Cookbook mod doesn't work with that. So I'm just getting her to make fruit salads at the moment until that is complete. And then I'll be back to regularly scheduled Yield Cookbook. I'm sure they had fruit salads anyway. I don't think it's that inaccurate. And this is Clementine's first night without Alaric, and even though they had their issues, she's still really upset about it. He was such an important part of her life. He was the one that found her when she was on the streets after her parents disappeared, and he looked after her. And even though they had their struggles, you know, she still loved him. This house is disgusting at the moment because I need her to befriend a dust bunny, and I can't clean the house until she befriends them. Okay, well, I'm gonna send everyone to bed for today because I think they just need a really good night's sleep after everything they've been through today. Okay, Bluebell, that is not your bed. And Clementine's just coming in to give them a good night and make sure they're well settled after everything they've been through today, because even though they're young, I'm sure they realize that, you know, their daddy isn't here and something is wrong. And Caspian's come to wake up Clementine because either he's had a bad dream or, more realistically, I think he used his nappy. So he's like, Mom, can you please help me? I might get her to put him in the kiddie pool since it's not raining at the moment. Wait, our sheep just left. Teddy went too long without any food, cleaning, or attention. After good luck think it's time to find a happy and safe new home. Teddy wishes the Hawthorne family well, but alas will never return. I just fed you. I just fed him. Oh my lord. Well, we will buy a new sheep. I'm gonna do that later because I want to set up like a shed for all the animals. See, look how happy Clover is. I don't think we did anything wrong. This is ridiculous. Now I have to like get them to come over and clean Clover just to make sure that she doesn't run off as well. So I'm going to take Clementine to meet up with Sybil soon, but first I have a birth happening. Eleanor Valois is giving birth. So first we're going to head over to France and take care of that. So here we have Eleanor Valois, who is ready to give birth. However, her baby Richard also ages up tomorrow, so I might just do Richard first and then Eleanor can use the same crib, and it just makes all our lives easier. Okay, and now he's got a dirty diaper. Richard's just doing anything to get out of aging up. Okay, let's get up our death rolls for little baby Richard aging up into a toddler and a 10. So little Richard is fine. Successful age up. That's so exciting. Why didn't that happen with Alaric? Why this random toddler and not like literally the heir of our challenge? So now I get to do Richard's genetics roll. First we're going to do his hair, and he's landing on a tail so he gets his father's hair. So cute. And now we're going to do his eyes, and he gets his mother's eyes. And I think those are like literally the exact same genetics as his brother Augustin. So they look really similar. Here we go. Here's little Richard. So gorgeous. And now Eleanor is giving birth to another child. Hopefully this one will survive. She already has an heir to spare, so anything extra now is just a bonus. And it's a little girl. So cute. I hope she looks exactly like Eleanor because I think Eleanor is so beautiful. So I'm going to call her Charlotte Valois, which is the same name that Nicholas's mother had, and it's just kind of an homage to the late queen. Sweet little baby Charlotte. But before we get too excited, we do need to do our death rolls. So first we get to roll for Eleanor, and we're rolling our d20, and she is fine. Always fine. Never had a problem with that one. And now for the baby. And little Charlotte is also fine. Thank goodness. So I'm going to let these two bond, and I did just realize that yesterday I forgot to do an age up. It was Lysander Underwood, one of Viola's children, so we're going to head over there now and take care of that as well. I cannot believe that I nearly forgot to age up the little baby Lysander, so we're going to do that today. Let's get up our death rolls again. And so he is aging up into a toddler. Oh no! First Titania, now Lysander. This family's luck has really run out when it comes to the aging up rolls, hasn't it? I thought these guys were invincible when it came to death rolls, but apparently not. Apparently not. So last year their daughter Titania was murdered by witch hunters, and this year little Lysander passed away. I'm just letting Lucian give him one last cuddle before I kill him. I hate saying that. It makes me so upset. Okay guys, you have to say goodbye now. Goodbye Lysander. And he's gone. He's been whisked away. Oh my gosh, she's already lost a child, now she's lost another child. Just think of the good things. You hate children, so this actually just means less children you have to deal with. There's always look on the bright side of life. Okay, now we've done our age up rolls, let's get back to our main household and the mystery of Clementine's parents. So now that all our aging up is done, Clementine has met up with Sybil at the tavern in order for them to catch up, get some drinks together, and they want to commiserate over losing Alaric and share their memories of him. But also Clementine has an ulterior motive. She wants to ask Sybil about the painting that she saw in the Fairfield household. So Sybil's been married for a couple years now, and Clementine's just updating her on the story of everything that's happened with her parents and asking her if she's noticed anything strange. And Sybil said, I'm pretty happy here, but there's definitely some strange things about them that I've noticed. They seem to be very secretive about certain areas of the house. Oh no, here comes Gaia up behind them. Hopefully she doesn't overhear. But Sybil said they're definitely very secret about certain areas of the house, and they treat me very well, but I probably wouldn't want to get on their wrong side. They sort of decided, hey, maybe Clementine should go over the house that night, and Clementine can have a look around. Sybil can let her in while the family's asleep, and that way, Clementine can just see if there's any clues whatsoever about this whole witch hunting situation and losing her family. At this point, Clementine's literally just looking to gather any kind of information she can. She really doesn't know anything about what happened to them except that they were friends with Hermia Underwood. So she's just kind of looking for a clue, any clue that'll explain their absence in her life. And you know what? She's mourning. She can order a drink. Order a drink for the group, barley wine ale. Drink your problems away. That's a super healthy way to cope. Oh, and I did also finally give Sybil this headdress since she's married and she would have had to cover her hair. And I always forget to do that, so forgive me for taking a little while, but we got there in the end. Oh my god, you were drinking your... Oh my god. Okay, that's a little bit extra. Clementine is happily drinking all her problems away, and she's feeling so much better with her drink in her hand. I like how they just plotted to sneak into the Fairfield household while Guy is just standing right there, and Guy is totally oblivious to this whole thing. Okay, so I think Sybil is heading off, and we might head back home as well, but we're gonna head over to the Fairfield household tonight to search for clues. Caspian has this permanent green stench around him, and I don't know what's causing it. He doesn't have any food in his inventory, and his hygiene is up, so I'm not really sure what to do about that. Hopefully it just goes away and we're not stuck with an air that always smells a little bit. Oh my god, Bluebell! What happened to you? You're a bit stinky too. Oh my god, she got sprayed by a skunk. Oh, you poor thing. That's so scary for you. Poor Bluebell. Just minding your own business. She probably tried to play with the skunk and the skunk got freaked out. So it's only 8 o'clock now, and we're just waiting to make sure that all of the Fairfield household is definitely asleep before we send over Clementine. Maybe I'll send everyone else to bed though, because it is getting kind of late for them. She's just getting some washing in at 9 in the evening, as you do. Okay, we're gonna take Clementine over to the Fairfield household now and just have a look around and see if we can find anything. So Sybil has let Clementine into the house and the family are all asleep. It's 11 p.m. and they're sort of being eaten alive by their beds, because I think these beds are a little bit glitchy, but they're all in their beds, they're all asleep, and this kind of gives Clementine a chance to have a look around the house without being disturbed. And obviously this is super sneaky. If she gets caught, she would be in a lot of trouble. So I'm gonna get her to come and take a look at the painting over here. And Clementine just reminds remarks it's a really strange painting to have there. She only really heard bits and pieces about witches being burnt at the stake at this point, but it wasn't really a huge thing that she'd thought about. But having Viola and Viola's parents being witches, it definitely just made her think that something might be connected there. And she just goes around to all the rooms of the house, just having a look around. And for the most part, there's nothing really too suspicious going on here. And now she's looking for the bathroom just to check that there's nothing suspicious going on in the bathroom. Good job, Clementine. And she's just sort of having a look around the kitchen at the moment, just trying to see if there's anything out of the ordinary. And she sort of notices that all of these barrels seem to be on top of a ladder, which is really strange. And she wonders if she moves all of these barrels, if there's something perhaps underneath there. After moving all the barrels, Clementine came across this really strange ladder that seemed to lead to a whole other area of the house. And it's really dark down here. There's a long hallway for her to go down. There really could be anything down here. It's incredibly dark, there's no candles, and she can't really see anything, so she's just kind of feeling her way around in the dank darkness. There's a door here that she's going to go through. Now, Clementine had never seen torture objects before. Obviously, it was something that she'd heard of, but seeing them all here like this, it just freaked her out so much, and she was just like, what the hell is this place? However, over in the corner was a cage with a boy that looked strikingly like her father. And so she went up and asked him, "Who are you?" And he said, "My name is Isaac Willoughby." And Clementine realized that this was her long-lost little brother. Isaac told her that his parents were over in the corner of the room, and Clementine realized those were also her parents who had died horrifically down in this torture chamber, and she knew that she would never see them again. Clementine knew that she had to do whatever she could to get this boy out of here. However, she just didn't have any tools to be able to get him out. He was in a locked cage with no way out. She couldn't use her hands to pull it open. So Clementine knew that she had to leave this time without him. And I don't know if Isaac fully grasped who she was, but at this point he was just begging her to take him out with her. And she promises him that she's going to come back for him. She just needs to find some tools that she can open the cage with to help him escape. So at this point, with a heavy heart, Clementine had to walk away. There was just nothing that she could do at the moment. But she knew that she was going to come back the following night to save the boy, save her little brother, and bring him home. Clementine hadn't realized that she'd been there so long, so in the early hours of the morning, she snuck home with a heavy heart, knowing that she would do anything to save her brother from the fate that had befallen him. And you can just see how heartbroken she is from losing her husband and now discovering this horrific truth about her family. And as sad as she is, this is such a beautiful time of day. Look at that sunshine. So it's nearly 7 a.m. and Clementine's just exhausted from everything that's happened, so I'm just gonna send her to bed so that she can have a really good sleep. And she deserves it. And while she does that, we're gonna head over to the Devereux household because Beatrice is actually giving birth today. So I'm not entirely sure how excited Beatrice is about this, but Leopold is definitely excited to have another baby, and he really doesn't mind if it's a boy or a girl. He just loves having kids, and at the moment they only have their one child who has survived so far, so he's definitely hoping for another surviving baby. And it's a baby girl. That's so exciting. And so we're gonna call her Catherine Devereux. And Beatrice is again not very happy about this, but it's okay, Beatrice. She's only got one more to go after this. That is a very strange way to hold your baby. Okay, so now we get to do our death rolls, the most fun and exciting part. So first we're gonna roll for Beatrice, and she is fine, and then we're gonna roll for little baby Catherine, who is also fine. They have another surviving baby, you guys, one more to add to the list, and Beatrice is not as thrilled, but Leopold is thrilled, and you know, this medieval times, the men are really what mattered, so that is all that matters. Yay, patriarchy. So I will leave these guys together and then head back to the household. So today's also the day that little Grace is going to age up, and it just feels like she's been a child forever. So this will be definitely interesting to see how it works out. She's looking pretty concerned, but it's okay. It's only one number. So let's go to our death rolls, and we are rolling for a teenager. And she's fine. Of course she's fine. It was only the one number, and really the chances of that happening are like 5%. Okay, those are some interesting genetics, so we'll definitely have to fix those up. So here is Grace with her little makeover, and she's come out very pretty. I think she's definitely got a lot of Geraldine in her face. Not so much Jeremiah, thank goodness. And here she is out in the world. She looks so pretty with her little makeover. I think she's turned into a beautiful sim, but she's still sad about Alaric, so I don't think we're going to see her smiling for quite a while. You would think that Grace would be happy on her birthday, but instead she's just in bed crying. I mean, I guess Alaric was like her half nephew, which is kind of weird to think about. No one's really that excited to be doing farm chores today. Everyone's just feeling a little bit miserable, but can't lose any more animals. We've already lost our sheep. I don't know why, so I need to get these guys out and making sure the animals are like super happy. Yeah, I think they're all pretty happy. Oh gosh, I didn't realize our rooster was so old though. But everyone's very happy. I don't know what our sheep were complaining about. So we have a hatchable egg, so I'm just gonna pop that in there. Oh, it's Trader Jacques again. Jacques, did you even buy anything from our store last time? I don't know why the live-in store didn't work last time, but it is working now. So we're going to open our live-in store and we're going to have Grace tend to the table so that they can sell some goods. Because she has a dowry coming up, even though it's a few years, we really need to get started on it. So Grace, you need to get working. You need to put on your best sales skills at the moment. Okay, Jacques, this really isn't the time. We are in the middle of a business and you're kind of like ruining the mood a little bit. Okay, I just started a yard sale because I feel like that gets things going a little bit quicker. Maybe Grace wants to marry Jacques. Maybe Jacques is just like serenading her. What would happen if I did that? Would it just like break the game? Okay, I got some people showing up to sell some of our things. Lucian, a great customer as always. We appreciate your business. She's like, come and look at our fine wares. We have this electronic pot and a bunny sculpture. I think this is one of Alaric's, so don't worry, we're not selling all of Alaric's things. We still have one of his bunny sculptures up here, and we still have a horse statue up here, so we've got something to remember and buy. Guys, this isn't a time to catch up. You could buy something or get out. Otto, what are you doing here? He's just like, who broke into my house last night? I know somebody broke in. Was it you little weasels? I think he's always like that though. I think he's just like a grumpy person. Yes, Tybalt, young child, come and buy an egg. It's very special. He's just like, my life is so bad. I just lost 2 of my siblings. Oh my gosh, look at this. I got a horse riding around. I didn't even realize they did that autonomously. That is so cool. I need to start giving all of them horses. Okay guys, I know that's like the cool congregation spot to hang out, but it'd be cool if you guys could come over here and actually buy some of our things. Oh god, wait, now we have 24 hours to pay our bills. How much are they going to be? How much are we going to cry? 941. I can live with it. Look, we've got a little bit at the moment. We're doing pretty flush considering. Yeah, so I don't think we sold as much as I wanted us to, but I think it went okay. So it's only 26 minutes left and nobody's coming over, so I might just end it and I might get Grace working on maybe some cross stitch because I feel like that would actually be really good for selling. Okay, this time I'm actually going to remember to close the store. Just looks so pretty in the autumn with all the red trees and like these beautiful purple flowers. Definitely makes you appreciate this world. And I love like this house up here. I just think it's so beautiful with like the waterfall. Such a lovely peaceful area. Okay kiddos, I know you're all hungry, but dinner's almost ready. Oh my god, they're all so hungry and smelly. Grace, you gotta hurry up with that pie. We don't want the children to die of starvation. He's very hungry, he's gonna be taken away soon. Just give us a second, okay? It's almost done, I swear. Okay guys, come for it. Go for your lives. Okay, finally everyone gets to eat. They're all pretty happy. You too, Geraldine, you have to eat. And Clementine, you're gonna have to wake up and you're gonna have to have some food. And you're gonna have to feed the dust bunnies as well. How long does it take to befriend the dust bunnies? Oh, she can pet them now. Oh my god, they love her. She's like their favorite person. Okay, you can pet both of them. And now all the babies are like really smelly. Oh my gosh. Clementine and her dust bunny. So does that mean that we can befriend them yet? No, we're not quite there with them yet. But it's a work in progress, you know, friendship takes time. So we're gonna send Clementine to go back to the Fairfield household soon. It's almost late enough. And tonight's the night that she's going to try and save her brother. brother. Now, when she went there, she realized that he was locked in a cage and she couldn't get in. However, she ended up grabbing some of Alaric's blacksmithing tools and she thinks that she can use those to just brute force the cage open. And as you can see, she's just not feeling her best right now. I think losing Alaric's definitely made her realize how important having family around is. Okay, I think we're going to take her over to the Fairfield household now. Okay, she just wants to go and cry it out first. That is fair enough. Anyway, I'll see you guys there soon. And so with the rest of the house asleep, Sybil has let Clementine into the house and she is immediately going for the kitchen. Girl, we haven't even said hello to Sybil yet. How about you see how she's going? Okay, so Clementine's just updating Sybil on what she discovered last night. Her little brother locked in this horrific torture chamber under the house. And Sybil is obviously horrified, but she actually tells Clementine that she is pregnant again. She's literally just found out that she's having another baby with Frederick, and she doesn't really have the option to leave, even if it does turn out that the entire family are like monsters. Clementine promises Sybil that she's going to help her any way that she can and thanks her so much for helping Clementine find her little brother, even though it puts Sybil in danger. Okay, so Clementine's heading into the kitchen again where the ladder is. And after moving the barrels out of the way, Clementine yet again makes a horrific journey deep down underneath the house. And Clementine doesn't really know how she's found herself here yet again, in this horrible, horrible place with all these horrible devices and her dead parents over in the corner. It just gives her absolute chills. The only thing that gives her comfort is seeing that her brother is still here and that there's hope for breaking him out. After fiddling with the lock with the tools, Clementine finally manages to break open the door, and the first thing she does is hug her brother, and he of course asks her for some food. Clementine promises she's going to look after him. They just need to be quiet and sneak out of the house. She will do absolutely anything to make sure that he's okay. And so together they make their hasty exit from this just horrible, horrible place that has been hiding under this manor. And Isaac has barely been allowed any freedom his whole life. He was taken when he was like a baby, so this is just so overwhelming for him. But he trusts Clementine because she's the only person that has ever shown him any modicum of kindness. And he knows that she is the only hope that he has. And so thankfully they're able to get out successfully without being detected. However, Clementine knows they are going to notice that Isaac's missing, and she knows that she's potentially putting Sybil in danger. And she promises to herself that she's going to do everything possible to thank Sybil for everything that she's done to help Clementine find her brother. And so now the two can head home, finally family reunited again. And you know what? Now we have to find a place for Isaac to sleep, so I'm gonna have to buy another bed. So Isaac and Clementine have just gotten back to the house, and because there wasn't enough beds, I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna do a makeover. So I'll give you guys a tour in the morning when it's a bit more light, but here is the new house, and we pretty much spent most of our money on it. And Clementine at the moment is just cooking some food so that they can eat because they're both quite hungry. There is another bed upstairs now for Isaac to sleep in, so there are enough beds for everyone. No one has to share. And so these guys are just having some food before they go to bed. And honestly for Isaac, I think this is the best food he's ever tasted. It's just a cheese tart, very simple. But for him, this is like a luxurious Michelin star restaurant meal. Because let's face it, he's probably been living on like awful gruel for the past God knows how many years. So I'm going to send Isaac upstairs and he's going to sleep here, and then Clementine is sleeping across from him in this bed. Even though it's a peasant house, Isaac is just in awe. For him, this bed is like sleeping at the most luxurious Four Seasons he's ever been to. Not that Four Seasons existed, but you get the comparison. And Clementine is also exhausted and she's just so grateful to have her brother back, so I'm going to send her to sleep as well. Now it's morning and Clementine is just fixing the clothesline. Isaac is still asleep, but I think when he wakes up, I'm just going to get him to go lay in the kiddie pool so that he can kind of have a bath because he's a bit smelly. And also he might play with some toys because he needs to have some more fun. Poor thing, has never really gotten to have fun in his whole life. So here is the inside of the house during daylight, just to quickly show you guys. It's pretty similar. I just changed the walls and the floors. I did create a little nook for this oven, but having the beds upstairs definitely creates more room. So I moved the loom inside. And then upstairs we just have like this little bedroom. It's still pretty simple, but definitely nicer than what they had. And the rest of the farm is pretty much the same because at this point I'd run out of money. I did add another little hay shed over here because it was a bit cheaper than having the actual big shed, and this way we grab another sheep. And eventually I do want to create more of a free range area for the cows and the sheep and stuff, but I'll do that when we have more money because I can't even build like 2 squares at the moment. These guys are definitely going to have to work to get us some more money, but this is a constant struggle that we have. Grace is really good at embroidery, so I might just get her doing some embroidery that we can sell. And Isaac is awake. I'm just sending him into the kiddie pool to get his hygiene up. Look at Caspian and Isaac getting along. This is so cute. So Caspian is Isaac's nephew, and I think it's so weird for Isaac to realize he has all of this other family that he's never met before. Okay, Clementine, you need to put the kitty in the bath. Okay, so it's the middle of the day. We found Isaac. Everything's good, so I might leave it there for today on a happy note. However, next year it will be interesting to see if the Fairfields notice Isaac missing. We also have so much going on. We have Clementine aging up, Lucian aging up, Eleanor aging up, Leopold aging up, Frederick aging up, Cecily aging up, Alfred aging up, even more. Honestly, I can't list all of them. We have so many age ups next year, so it'll be really fun and interesting, and I'll see you then. Bye guys!